Welcome back to Leeds Lately. Today we're going to be recording another video surrounding potential moves once we get promoted to the Premier League. So make sure you go ahead and hit that big red button down below for that. This time we're going to be talking about Kelleher. Now, the Liverpool goalkeeper has really been on a lot of clubs' radars since he's had more of an involvement in first team action for Liverpool. In fact, in the last 365 days, he's played 1,800 minutes, which is a lot more than he had played in previous years. I think there was an injury earlier in the season to Alisson and has allowed Kelleher to get a lot more game time. Now, before we actually get into the reasoning behind why Leeds would want him, let's have a little talk about MESLIER. Now, just a little talk because this has been done to death, but MESLIER, I think, is a very good goalkeeper, and I think he's a very good goalkeeper for the top of the Championship. I think potentially when we go up, we have to kind of lose a little bit of the sentiment factor. I know that when we went up with Bielsa, I had a lot of resignation about, like, I love this team, I don't want it to change. I don't want to bring loads of new players in. And to be honest, we were kind of hurt by that because some of the players that we were bringing in didn't really work, and it caused a lot of issues and friction in the end between fans and the club and everything in the end when it all eventually came crashing down. Now, I think this time somehow we need to kind of get rid of a little bit of the sentimental value. Now, a lot of people don't have that kind of sentimental value towards MESLIER, but to see the way he came in, opened up his career, did really well for such a young goalkeeper, I think he's been really good for us. I don't necessarily think that we need to get rid of him. If he wants to go ahead and play first team football somewhere, then that's fine, but for me, I think that if we were to sign somebody like Kelleher, it would really elevate us at the back defensively. I feel like we would be a lot stronger. Now, to kind of back that up a little bit, on the statistics websites that I look at, they compare statistics between the player you're looking at, and they say, look, here's some similar players based on that. So when he's getting compared to the likes of Mike Maignan, who is the AC Milan goalkeeper, Wojciech Szczesny, who's the Barcelona goalkeeper, Alexander Nubel, the Stuttgart goalkeeper, Jordan Pickford, there are a lot of good, established, strong, like European level goalkeepers being compared to Kelleher in terms of his ability to make saves and to be a good goalkeeper. Now, when we have a look at his statistics, it's going to be skewed a little bit by the fact that he's playing for Liverpool, who currently, based on league position, I think you can safely say are the best team in the country. So therefore, when you've got Van Dijk in front of you and the rest of the defence who are no slouches either, you are going to have a little bit of an advantage in terms of not conceding goals because you're going to face less shots. But what I think is important to realise is that save percentage isn't affected by that. I think the fact that he's saved penalty kicks, that's not going to be affected by your defence as well. He's saved 100% of the penalty kicks that he's had taken against him. I don't know why I couldn't say that. I don't know how many that actually is, but it's just. Let's have a look, actually. Penalty kicks attempted. So he's had one penalty kick attempted and he saved it, so which puts him in the 97th percentile. So obviously that's going to put him up high. But when we actually have a look at goals against per 90, 1.10, which puts him up in the 80th percentile. Let's have a little look and compare that to Ilan MESLIER, because I'd imagine that his save percentage has gone down since some of the mistakes that he's made, and it's kind of so his save percentage, Ilan MESLIER, is actually higher. Oh no, sorry. That's incorrect. Sorry. In the last 365 days, his save percentage is 71.4% MESLIER, which puts him in the 49th percentile, whereas Kelleher is 73.2%, which puts him in the 69th percentile. He's a confident, strong goalkeeper. His actual crosses stopped is something that you kind of want with a goalkeeper who comes out and claims the ball, and it's something that we've levelled at MESLIER as a complaint. MESLIER stopped 6.8% of crosses, which puts him in the 72nd percentile. Kelleher's stopped 6% of crosses, which puts him in the 48th percentile. So he's not exactly a goalkeeper who comes out and claims things all the time, but he is a shot stopper. He's somebody who is very agile, able to throw himself around the net. He's not taken a massive amount of goal kicks, so that brings him down, but that's because Liverpool are usually the dominant side. So when we look at Kelleher, it's important to realise that he's playing at a different level to MESLIER to start with, and he's also not the complete article. He's 26 years old, MESLIER is 24 years old, and it's important to have a look at the eye test a lot of the time with goalkeepers as well. Whilst we do need to have a focus on saying, okay, well, the save percentage, it could be higher for certain things, but when you actually look at the way that they play, there's a level of confidence to Kelleher's game that you don't see as much for MESLIER. And I think there's a psychological aspect to goalkeepers where you can see that against certain opposition, MESLIER was shaky in that first 20 minutes, half an hour against Sheffield United. I think it starts to rub off onto the defence as well. If you've got a confident goalkeeper behind you, barking at orders, instructions, I think it does kind of help you out a little bit. Kelleher, I'm always reluctant to say that Leeds should go out there and buy a goalkeeper if they're somebody who's only ever played second fiddle and have never spent a prolonged period of time playing as the first team goalkeeper, because look what happened with Caoimhín Kelleher, just regarding his on-field goalkeeping actions, nothing else. It doesn't always end that well, and I think we've seen it even with Carl Darlow as well. We've gone, oh, look, Premier League goalkeeper, he's played for Newcastle for years, he's not the best goalkeeper in the world, but he's decent. He's not getting anywhere near getting in the first team over Ilan MESLIER, which when people have said the things that they've said about MESLIER, you've got to think that Darlow would have to be not anywhere near as good as MESLIER to not even have a sniff of getting in the first team other than in the cup competition. So I am always a little bit cautious. Apparently his wages at the moment are £10,000 a week, which I think actually, it's not mentioned what MESLIER's is, but that's like an okay wage for the top of the championship, I would say. So if Leeds did sign him, of course his wage would go up, but it wouldn't have to be an extortionate amount. So that also is a foot in the right direction for your kind of profit and sustainability side of things, and it allows you maybe to spend more on wages and on actual transfer fees when you're looking at players up the pitch who maybe a number 10 or a striker or a winger, for example. Those kind of positions might be the ones then where you can spend more money. So again, with the video that I made the other day about Coney de Winter, Kelleher is somebody who is probably a good option, would be a good option for Leeds and would be a good goalkeeper for us, but there's no guarantee that it would work out well. And sometimes I'm like I said last time, I'm a little bit scared of the unknown, and you kind of want to go, do you know what, let's get a proven goalkeeper in. If we're building this project and we've got now big money to spend, let's maybe get a goalkeeper with a little bit more first team experience, who's not been sat on the bench the whole time, and really kind of show our ambition going forward. But let me know what you think of Kelleher down below, if you've seen a lot of him. He's been specifically better in the Champions League than he has in the Premier League, with 82.4% save percentage in the Champions League. And yeah, look, I think he's somebody who would be a very good signing for Leeds, but would he be the perfect signing for Leeds? That's the thing. He's decent, he's good. His distribution, it could be better. He hasn't made that many. He hasn't made that many passes, but then a lot of his passes are going to be short because he's going to be playing for an on-the-ball team like Liverpool, which would be the similar sort of thing for MESLIER as well. When you look at his also lengths of goal kicks and pass lengths are actually a lot shorter than Kelleher's, even, because they do play out from the back most of the time and just tap it to the centre back. So yeah, it's important that we realise that Kelleher's not the finished product. He's not the be-all and end-all. He would be a good signing, I think. But potentially there's players out there where I think we could get a better deal. So that's going to be it for this one. Let me know what you think of Kelleher down below. Let me know what you think of the potential of replacing MESLIER, or whether you would like to keep him in the Premier League and spend that money somewhere else. Other than that, though, that's going to be it for this one. Thanks for watching Leeds Lately, and I'll see you on the next one.